Irreconcilable differences?
Killed on your wedding night. Even for Vegas, that's a quickie marriage.
Well, you know what they say. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What is up, guys? Today we're going to be playing CSI Deadly Intent. Don't worry, I didn't pay $10 for this. This is only one of the many CSI games that were made based on the TV series. They even have the original voice actors. I bet you can't guess who made the CSI game. Go ahead, I'll give you a guess. I'll give you a guess. Telltale Games. Yes, the same people who made the Walking Dead series, which is probably one of my favorite games ever. A must play, and will make you cry. I hope this game is as good or even better than the Walking Dead.
I think you'll sometimes tell if a game is good by its menu music.
It's gonna be good.
If you wait long enough at the start menu, it starts playing this cutscene, and it kind of looks like a TV show intro. But this is the best part. They stare straight into the camera looking a little surprised, frightened, and a little constipated all at the same time. It's amazing, and she's my favorite. So the game is split up into 5 cases, but for the sake of the show's format, I'll be playing case number 1, The Broken Heart. Oh boy, do I sense a bad pun coming on.
This that new hotshot they hired to replace you?
Hotshot? Yeah. Replace me? Come on.
So it starts off in the style of the shows, you know, showing the murder and even the terrible one-liners.
Well, it's like the priest says, till death do you part.
You play the new hotshot on the team. Yeah, their words, not mine. In your first case in Vegas, a woman in a wedding dress was killed with a heart-shaped ashtray, and it's your job to find out who.
This broken piece resembles the piece of glass that was used to stab the victim.
CSI Deadly Intent is a point-and-click adventure game, so all you're gonna need is your mouse. You start off at the crime scene. Now we have to figure out who killed this bride at the honeymoon suite. I gotta say, it usually takes a few years of nagging before the husband goes crazy and kills his wife. Homeboy did it on his honeymoon. To find out who did it, we have to, well, should I say I have to gather evidence while my buddy there just stands there and I guess take pictures of the dead girl. Good job. So now you have to search the crime scene and use your tools to gather evidence such as fingerprints, objects, blood, and other liquids. And take it to the lab for testing. Once you put your mouse over somewhere that there could be evidence, your mouse turns into a little chest-looking icon. Other than collecting evidence, you can also talk to witnesses. Our first witness is the hotel manager, Charles. Talking is simple. You get a bunch of dialogue options and you click them basically. And it doesn't change depending on what you clicked first. The only time this changes is when you're in the interrogation room.
No. Not at all.
You're lying! Oh, sorry, I can't do that yet. You also have a PDA, which allows you to change your settings, look at evidence, go to other locations, and check your mail for very, very helpful tips from your teammates. Also in the PDA is an option to quit the game if you're getting tired of the bad puns and one-liners.
Kathy Bird has red hair. Did you hear any names?
For the blonde, I didn't, but I think she called the redhead Cat.
I guess the cat is out of the bag.
After you collect your evidence, you can go to the lab, Big Boss's office, the interrogation room, or the morgue. In the morgue, you get to talk to this creepy guy that allows you to poke around the body some more because, you know, this guy obviously can't do his job.
Good catch.
Wow, you're worse than the other guy.
I see you two are making a great team already. Crime scene process that fast, huh?
Our new transfer here moves pretty quick. I just stand back and watch the magic happen.
Yes, you do. This game has a lot of backtracking to the same areas. They moved the body, back to the crime scene. Need to talk to a witness again? Back to the crime scene. Forgot some evidence? Back to the crime scene. Backtracking is to be expected with point-and-click games like this. But I can't say I wasn't annoyed when I got stuck because I missed some stupid white powder at the crime scene, which may or may not be crack. Well, that's not technically how they do it in game. Well, technically. Once you have all the evidence in a crime scene, you get a little green check at the corner. Extremely helpful. Now it's time to go to the lab for a closer look at some evidence, so we could put someone in the interrogation room. Which means it's time for some mini games. Not that exciting. For example, to find out if this is crack,
you can use the chemical analyzer to determine the exact composition of the unknown chemical substance by adding the correct elements to the chemical working spectrum to match the actual spectrum.
Or you can match the white powder with other black bars that look the same. And you learn all this from the tutorial. Oh, I totally forgot. Totally slipped my mind. You have a lovely, female-voiced, lovely tutorial.
Now you must put a sample in the possible constituent elements are shown on the to choose what to say. Move the cursor around move the cursor over, move the cursor over.
You can also analyze DNA, documents, objects, fingerprints, and even listen to 911 calls. Once you've done everything you could do to a piece of evidence, you get a green check on it. Again, extremely helpful. Wait a minute. Is that Morpheus?
Morpheus, what's up? I mean, Lawrence, man, what's up, man? How's everything been going? I haven't seen you around much. Is it because of the last movie of The Matrix? You know, Revolutions wasn't that good. So what you been doing?
Crack.
You know you did something important when you get one of those back from commercial cutscenes. Meet Captain Brass, Big Boss. You can ask him for warrants, bring someone into the interrogation room, or just ask him how's life.
Not too bad. Busy day. You know how.
The best captain ever.
We should check it out.
We? Call me if you need backup.
Is everyone lazy? So we find out who our victim is, and now Captain Lazy tells us that we can hit the club. Which is where the victim worked, of course. Your evidence will lead you into different places that will have more evidence to uncover and more suspects. You're lying. No. Still not yet. Still not yet. When you do have enough evidence, you can talk to Captain Brass to bring someone in for some questioning. Balls, the suspect can't be found, yada yada yada. At least he gave me a picture though, so I could put it up on street corners like those lost cat posters. I'm gonna be famous. Amos. Now that we have a picture of the suspect, we're gonna see if the other witnesses have seen him before.
Pretty much up all night working. And I forgot to mention the lady. Checking in with the Mexican dude.
You okay, buddy? Because it seems like you're looking for that white powder, or some of that crystal, blow, skeet, snowflake, or some of that nose candy, angel dust, pixie fart, or some of that icing, but not for the cake.
You don't got anything on you, do you? No?
No. Sorry, Charlie.
After the crackhead here recognizes the guy, we can finally bring him in for questioning. Now, everything is pretty much the same here, but except if you know when someone's lying and you have proof, you can say, "Objection!"
We just picked up Iron Dominguez standing on the edge of I-15 trying to solicit a ride out of town, which is technically illegal in Nevada.
Now, before I say anything, this game was made back in 2009, in the era of Dragon Age Origins, Braid, and Batman. So I'm gonna try to keep my expectations around 2009 because this game does not age well. Now, I'm pretty sure they didn't have a big budget for this, but I mean, the lip sync is laughable, together with the emotionless face animations that look like something from 2001. I don't really care about graphics. If a game's gameplay is good, then graphics shouldn't matter, but it helps. It helps. I do care about the art style, and it seems like they went with a more realistic look, trying to capture the feeling from the show. So technically you could call this not a movie game, but you could put it in that genre as a TV game. The voice acting is okay. Even with the original cast, it's still not that great.
Correct. You got no proof that's my blood?
We may not have evidence to prove that yet, but if it's out there, we'll find it.
For the completionists out there are 4 factors of getting 100% on a case: thoroughness, skill, cunning, and rewards. For thoroughness, you can earn points by searching every place which is available to look at, even places where there's no evidence around. For skill, you earn points by using your evidence and tools wisely, meaning making sure everything is right before pushing that confirm button. One wrong click and boom! No more 100%. Good luck starting over again. For rewards, you get rewarded these badges for doing different stuff in the game, like solving Morpheus's fingerprint problem.
Correct.
For cunning, you earn points by asking the right questions. For example, if you're in an interrogation room and you say that they're lying, and you don't have evidence to back it up, and you choose evidence that don't apply, you will lose cunning points. And they make you feel horrible for it.
What's that about?
Okay, time out. We need to get our evidence in order first. We'll take this up later. I know you're new to Vegas, but come on. You gotta have evidence before you convict someone.
I'm sorry, man. Well, hold up. Maybe I'm just tired because I'm doing all the work myself.
Let's see if you...
all this heavy lifting is making my back hurt.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spoil! Learn! In case 1, you find a dead woman in a wedding dress at Aurelia's Fantasy Suites. The manager Charles is the one who made the phone call, and he said he just walked in and found it this way. Yeah, sure you did, Charles. Sure you did. By using the victim's false teeth, you find out that her name is Lynn Boulder. You head over to Pleasure City where she works, where you will meet Kathy Bird. That also claims that they had nothing to do with the murder. Yeah, somebody's lying. She says she saw the victim, Lynn, dancing on a Mexican guy quite a lot. So we went and got tons of fingerprints from the seat the Mexican guy was sitting on while my partner watched, because, you know, that's just what he does. After analyzing the fingerprints, we got a 82-year-old stripper, a transvestite stripper that no one knows is a dude, and Aram Dominguez, our suspect. We bring Aram in, and he tells us that he was at the hotel with Lynn and Kathy. When they were at the hotel, he ran out of money, so Kathy tried to kick him out, but he wasn't having that. He wanted to leave with Lynn, so Kathy hit him over the head with an ashtray and knocked him out. Then he says he woke up and found Lynn dead, so he just ran away like a little punk. Using evidence, we get a warrant to search Kathy's place, and we find Charles there.
Well, if I'd known this was a social call, I would have made some of my finger sandwiches.
When Charles leaves, he makes a footprint in the ground, and it seems that something is stuck at the bottom of his shoe. Maybe a piece of glass? We also find another piece of glass and the victim's blood in Kathy's bathroom. The evidence is enough to get her talking. She claims that Charles is the one who killed Lynn and that Charles threatened her over the phone and hands over proof in a voicemail.
Hey, Kat. I'm calling because you and I both know what happened last night was no accident, right? So I just want you to know, you better keep your promise, all right? That way, I keep mine, and we're cool, okay?
So we bring in Charles, and he says the same thing. Oh, it wasn't me. Kathy's the one who killed Lynn. He claims he wasn't there, but earlier we took white powder from his shoes, which matched the white powder in the room. Nope, not crack, but cleaning detergent. He caves and tells us that he loves Kathy. He says that they both have a deal. Kathy pays Charles under the table for rooms. She could bring her clients to the hotel and they both take a cut. He says that Kathy killed Lynn and called him to help her clean it up. And since he wanted to be her knight in shining armor, he cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like Dominguez did it. We also got the glass piece under his shoe and put the ashtray back together. We pulled a fingerprint off of it and it confirmed that Kathy held the murder weapon.
I guess the cat is out of the bag.
We bring Kathy back into the interrogation room and the evidence was too much.
She looked so fragile, so helpless, lying there on the bed. I told her I would always protect her. I would always take care of her, and I reached out to her to take her into my arms. She pushed me away. She pushed me away. And I don't know why, but I couldn't take it. I just couldn't. She was so cold. How could she? She broke my heart. She broke my heart. Do you know what that's like?
Yes. Yes, I do. It's like mourning someone who died.
Oh, Lynn, why?
Oh, I get it now. The case is called a broken heart because Kathy gets her heart broken. Then she uses a broken piece of a broken heart-shaped ashtray to kill the woman she loves. That's just, it's poetry.
I can imagine you had a pretty rough night. Cocaine has a way of doing that to you, Charlie.
Cocaine? What? No, man. I mean, I used to. All right, but no, not now. I don't do it. No. You know, I'm a clean, right? Pure of mind and body and all that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
CSI Deadly Intent has 5 cases in total, which will last you around 7 hours to complete. Each case, they change the partner that you're working with, but never change the formula. Basically, you have to collect all the evidence in order to move forward in the case, and this kind of makes it feel kind of linear, like you're playing an interactive story, which isn't a bad thing. It definitely isn't a bad thing. But then, you know, the dialogue options, nothing changes. You're just clicking them. You might as well just watch a cutscene because the dialogue options don't even matter. The presentation is hilariously bad, but I did enjoy it for what it was. You know, a low-budget point-and-click TV game. You know, the one-liners, the jokes, how bad they can be, it's still pretty funny. Even though it has its problems, it did tell a story well-ish. And it even kept me guessing sometimes, just like the show did. If you're not into forensic science shows or mystery games or a murder game where you get to play and find a murderer and just kind of walk with the story in a very linear way, then this game is probably not for you. If the game you were looking for was a princess, then your princess might be in another castle. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching and stay visual.